So there's 3 steps for long division. So the first step is to divide. You're going to divide the first terms. So let's do 3x divided by x. That's step 1. So 3x divided by x would be what? Just 3. That goes on the top. That's going to be our k value. And then step 2 is take the 3 and multiply it by x plus 2. And that gives you 3x plus 6. So when you take that 3x plus 6, we're going to put that under the 3x plus 8. And you have to change both signs. So this is going to change to a negative 3x, and this changes to a negative 6. And when you add, you get a 2, and that remainder is a. So this is our equation in transformation form. This is called quotient form, but when it's in this form, we can't graph it. And when you take your test, it won't be in, it's going to be in quotient form. So this is how you're going to write it. F of x equals a over x plus 2 plus k. So what I want you to do is I want you to take a moment, identify A, H, and K. Tell me if it stretches, compresses, goes left, right, up, or down. And then just tell me where the asymptotes are. Give me the equations for the asymptotes. So try to do part B and C by yourself. And then we'll go over B and C together. So A is 2, H is negative 2, and K is 3. So when A is 2, because this is your A value, what does that make the graph do? Stretch. H is negative 2, so what is that going to make the graph do? Go to the left 2, and it's going to go up 3. Your vertical asymptote is at x equals h, so you would say x equals -2. And the horizontal asymptote is at y equals 3. All right, so let's go ahead and practice graphing. We got a couple of questions for today. So go to page 201, and we're going to do numbers 3 and 5. All right, so let's do long division just like we did in our bell work. So this is quotient form. So we're going to set it up. X minus 5. We're going to divide that into negative x plus 3. And there's 3 steps to long division that we're going to do. So the first step is to divide negative x by x. So let's do that first. So we're going to divide negative x by x. So what do you think we get when we divide negative x by x? Negative 1. So negative 1, that goes on top. Put negative 1 on top. Step number 2 is take that answer and multiply it by x minus 5. So go ahead and distribute that. And that's going to give you a negative 1x plus 5. So negative x plus 5. But what you have to do with both of these signs is you have to flip them. So this is going to change to a positive x, and this is going to change to a negative 5. So you have to do a change. So change this to addition, change this to subtraction. So in your calculators, you're typing in 3 minus 5. So 3 minus 5 is what? What's 3 minus 5? Negative 2. Okay, so when we put this together, this right here, this is my K value. And then this is my A value. So when I write my equation, it's going to be G of X equals, and then I'm going to write it as negative 2 over X minus 5, and then minus 1. So pick up a crayon and start graphing it out. Identify your vertical, horizontal asymptote, put your table down, graph it out. So take a minute, set up your parent table. When you have it graphed, raise your hand, I'll check it, and then we'll go through it together. But everyone should be trying to work through it. So the horizontal is Y equals K. The vertical is X equals H. So you have to write Y equals negative 1. And you have to have X equals 5. So that's the first thing I should see is X equals 5. Y equals negative 1. So let me go ahead and put our table up. So take H plus X. So in your calculators, 5 plus 5 plus. And then it's Y times A plus K. So Y times A, which is negative 2, plus negative 1. Multiply by negative 2, add negative 1. Multiply by negative 2, add negative 1. Multiply by negative 2, add negative 1. And I can tell from far away if it's right. I mean, it's kind of like, I'm basically looking to see if your asymptotes are in the right place. So let's see, we have a 3, a 4, 6, 7, and then that would be, did you get 0 for the first one? Is that right? 0, okay. And then 2 minus 1 is 1, -3, and -2. Okay, so let's go ahead and plot these points. So this is going right 3, and this goes here. So it's really close, and it goes straight up. And on the other side, 6 down 3, 7 down 2, and it would look like that. All right, I want you all to try to do long skip. We're skipping number 4. Go to number 5. I want to see if you can do long division by yourself. If you can write it in transformation form for number 5. If you have transformation form or you want me to check it, raise your hand. But see if you can do that first step because it's in quotient form and you have to know how to do long division in order to graph it. So try to do it and then we'll work through it together. If you think you have the answer and you want me to check it, raise your hand, I will. Just looking at your A and K values. You have the A and the K correct? Yes, that is correct. Oh, 2 and 2, yeah, it was right. Sorry, I noticed it before.
I was like, what the answer?
Okay, so y equals 2, so I would take off because that looks like an x. Other than that, it looks perfect. It looks like it should be x equals 4. I would take off a half a point. I know I'm petty, but it's wrong, so that's what I would do. That's what I would do. All right, you all actually did really, really good. So let's kind of work through that. So you have x minus 4. That goes into 2x minus 6. So the first step is to divide the 2x by x. That gives us a 2. And then we would take that 2 and multiply it by x minus 4, which would be 2x minus 8. So 2x minus 8 goes here. And then we do a change. So I'm going to change that positive 2x to a negative. And then I'm going to change the negative 8 to a positive. When you add this in your calculator, if you put negative 6 plus 8 in your calculator, you get 2. So it just so happens in this example that k is 2 and a is 2. So your equation that I'm looking for in transformation form would be y equals 2 over x minus 4 plus 2. Go ahead and graph it out if you haven't already. I know a lot of you have already finished it. So you have a horizontal asymptote at y equals 2 and a vertical one at x equals 4. Make your parent table, graph that out. So you're going to add the h. So add 4. And then multiply by a, which is 2, and add 2. Okay, make sure those are right because I did not use a calculator. Sometimes I don't trust my ability to do it math without a calculator. Sometimes, you know. No. And this would be your graph. So what do you think? It's pretty hard, pretty easy. Need a little bit more practice with it. Yeah. All right. Use this time now to work on homework 11B. So you should be now on the second homework in 11B. If you have any questions about your grade, about doing a retake or anything, this would be a good time to do that.